Hi guys, how you doing? Ray here from City Fan TV. Just watched the end of the game. Man City have battered Man United, absolutely battered Man United by 3-0 at the toilet. That is Old Trafford. Sorry, I've not been around for a little while, guys. Very few videos over the last couple of weeks, but I've been really busy. I'm over. Obviously, we had the international break. And then I came out to Germany a week ago. Was it last Saturday? I turned up in Germany. Been busy ever since and knackered as well, guys. So I've been working in the theatre, 3 shows a day. I'm just bushed by the time I finish and get my head down. But managed to, if you saw the live team news stream, if you saw that, I said I was gonna miss the start of the game because I was doing my last show. They won't let me leave. But I finished the show and I just finished it just before, got rid of everybody when City scored that penalty from Haaland. So I kind of not watched a lot, watched a little bit of the highlights. But I nipped out to get something to eat as well. I've had night since breakfast. So forgive me for not watching the whole game, but I watched. Yeah, look, guys, I watched 50 odd, 60 minutes, whatever. So it's not too bad. End of day. Can I say this? I was a bit disappointed. What a way to start. I was disappointed because United are rubbish. United are absolutely rubbish. Okay? We weren't at our best. We're still sloppy, making mistakes. And I'm surprised we didn't concede because United had, from my recollection, 3 pretty good chances to score. They had that Haaland one that he hit just before half. Was it just before half time when he hit straight down at Ederson? There was one earlier in the half where Ederson makes a save, and there was one I remember in the second half where I thought they could have done better. But hey, look, we got to be happy. Got to check that. We were lucky though. We were lucky a bit with those. But on the other hand, I'll go back to it. I am disappointed because we left them in the game too much. We were miles better and we weren't playing really well. I don't think we played really well today. As I said, we made far too many silly mistakes, but we could have got 4, 5, 6 goals again. And I don't want to be too negative, but I'd like us to score 4, 5, 6 goals. I'd like us to start taking more of those chances. But end of the day, comfortable win. We got that penalty for the foul. And look, United fans are going to argue about VAR and say, look, he wasn't going to get the ball, blah, blah, blah. Foul is a foul is a foul. Doesn't matter whether you're going to get the ball or not. If you're getting fouled, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, if someone passes the ball for you to chase or whatever, and someone brings you down or holds you and stops you even making an attempt, it's a foul. Okay, doesn't matter if you can get the ball or not. It's still a foul. There was another one in that second half where I don't know who it was. Was it Maguire? Whoever had the hands on Haaland, they were stopping him. They had the hands on him to stop him making that move, and then I think he ended up tumbling over after getting pulled, and it's just crazy. Ref, nothing. VAR, nothing. Maguire was lucky because for Haaland's second goal, when he was going through, what's his name? Tried to pull him back. Actually, no, it's when he missed. I think when Onana made a save, and he tried to pull it back. He tried to pull him back. To be honest, I don't approve of this, but I would have liked Haaland to go down then, get Maguire sent off because he's not trying to get the ball, so he would have been sent off, denial of a goal scoring opportunity. It would have been another penalty, and Haaland could have got his hat-trick. But hey, absolutely, Alec, United got ripped. They got ripped to pieces. And as I said, I don't think we played very well. Now, you might disagree with me. I don't think we played very well at all. We played well in patches. That's probably right, Alec. City thrashed United and we were in second gear, maybe third. It's between second and third gear. But, can you imagine if we'd hit overdrive? We would have smashed them into next week, which is, I always want us to smash them into next week. Chris Welch, an MCI fan, Chris says, well done on the wins. Second half performance was better than your first. Yeah. Second half was pretty decent overall. Still made mistakes. I mean, there was Walker. Was that Foden? That was that back pass from Foden in the first half, which was terrible. And there was one in the second half where, two for Walker, actually. One on Haaland when Walker wasn't there. And there was another one where Walker, Diaz didn't know the fellow was there, but Walker's got to be covering better. Walker's going to be doing better. I was disappointed with his play. MCI Francis, Man United at the last 5 minutes were angry as hell. Yeah, look, they were frustrated. They were embarrassed. I go beyond embarrassed. They were humiliated. Man United, okay, Man United right now, they're like the England cricket team at 50 overs. Absolutely crap, okay? City ripped them to pieces. And United got what they deserved. They were not in that game. I said before the game, as long as we have the commitment, as long as we have the desire, as long as we want it at least as much as them, as long as all those things come together, our class will show. And it did eventually. Our class did show. I saw in the 50 or 60 minutes I watched, Onana make 2 fantastic saves. I mean, Haaland, I was really a bit with Haaland when he had that header straight at Onana. He should have done much, much better. All right, Onana made a good save. But he made a couple of good saves. But this is the thing with Onana. He made 2 pretty good saves, 2 or 3 pretty good saves. But he also balls things up a few times as well. That Rodri shot that he basically pushed into Haaland's path, and then Haaland crossed it for Foden to score. I think he should have done better with that. There's a couple of 2 or 3 that he should have done better. But then again, there's 2 or 3 that he did really, really well. The when Haaland was through, he tried to dink over him and he stood tall, hit his shoulder. He made some good saves, but he also balls things up. Anthony and Bruno. I hope they go and look back at this. The powers that be, and have a look at what those Man United players at the end. Bruno is a horrible, horrible player. The difference. Okay, opposition fans don't like Bernardo Silva. Okay, opposition fans don't like Bernardo Silva, but the guy is class. Opposition fans hate Bruno because the guy isn't class. Look, he's whinging and whining. He makes a foul and he's complaining about it. Do one, buddy. I absolutely hate him. Haaland, I've taken Haaland off captaincy duties. I think my lad has had Watkins recently as captain. I think I put, I don't know who I had as captain. Was it, I might have had Mo Salah. But Haaland puts the old fantasy league points in. How many points did he get? He would have got 2 goals. That's 8 points. The assist, that's 11. 2 points for playing. That's 13. Probably gets the man in the match performance as well. Bonus points. So 16, double it up to 32 points. Anybody who's got Watkins as captain is getting 4 points. Haaland's getting 32. I'm not winning any fantasy football league this season. Anthony and Bruno horrible at the end, yeah. Let's call him Fernandez. Anthony needs to see a shrink. Well, they need to be punished. They need to be punished more. United were lucky that they didn't get some early cautions. I think they were very lucky to. I think was it Fernandez missed out on one. But look, if they'd got those couple of cautions early in the game, maybe that would have ended up with them getting someone sent off. But he's got the numbers today. He's got the numbers. I still think that he should have scored with that header. He had that good chance with the dink. He should have had a hat-trick, really. Should have had a hat-trick. And I was watching the end of the first half. We had 6, 7, 8 corners, whatever. And it's a gripe of mine. I'm a miserable so-and-so. It's a gripe of mine that we have so many chances at corners. We have so many corners. It's a gripe of mine. I'm a miserable so-and-so. It's a gripe of mine that we have so many chances.
Thing going on
at corners. We have so many corners. It's a gripe of mine. I'm a miserable. Oh, what's happened? Oh, I've had a problem. I've got a big echo there. Right, I think I sorted that out. I don't know what's going on there. Big echo, but City. It says Sean, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you for a while. You haven't seen me for a while. Anthony was like 3 minutes and almost got a red card there. Look, he should have. if you come on the pitch, you've got no intention to play football. You know, something that I've wanted for a while. Something that I've wanted for a while is if you get a yellow card, I think you should go in a sin bin for 10 minutes because some players will do something and they'll do just below a red card thing. They'll do something nasty or cheap and get a yellow card. There's no punishment, really, unless you get 2 yellow cards. There's no punishment. There's got to be some. You're going to discourage players from doing stuff like that. You've got to discourage them. And I just think you get a yellow card, spend 10 minutes in the sin bin. Okay? Then you might change the system to have 3 yellow cards as you're sending off. But the first yellow card, 10 minutes in the sin bin. You get another yellow card, 10 minutes in the sin bin. A third yellow card, you're off. That would stop some stuff going on. Doku was great at the end, and I wanted to see him a bit more today. Look, MCI fan, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. You know, we've won the game 3-0. You can't really complain about what we did, what happened. Grealish provided a good deal of control. He provided a lot of free, you know, a few free kicks for us. He has this ability to take the slightest nudge and go down and get free kicks most of the time. You know, he is a diver. Let's not mess about, you know, beat around the bush. He is a bit of a diver. I don't like it, but part of me does. Sometimes when you need to grind games out towards the end, you know, you want to buy some time, win some time. I don't know what the ref. There's one incident that sticks in my mind. We had this free kick. Okay, the United player was honestly stood about 3 or 4 yards away. City refused to take it. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the ref's telling him to take it. I would have just, I mean, I might get a yellow card for it. I'd have gone up there and walked the 4 or 5 yards, take 4 or 5 paces to show how close the player was and to tell the referee, do one, buddy, get him 10 yards away. You know, you should insist. And there's no way the referee should be booking you because you know, it's his job. It's his job to do that. It's his job to get them 10 yards back. I personally, I wouldn't take the free kick until when the referee comes to threaten me with a yellow card. I'd walk those paces and say, look, there's 5 paces, make him move 10 yards away. It should be their time they're wasting. We shouldn't have to suffer, you know, having time added on because their players won't move away from a free kick anyway. But let's go back. I'm going to wind down in the next 2 or 3 minutes, unless there's a lot of comments. Or a lot of people coming on. But at the end of the day, as I think Alex Johnson said earlier on, Alex said City thrashed them in second gear. I think it was between second and third. But United are a poor team. And it would have been terrible. It really would if they'd got something out of this game. And they were only 6 points behind us, you know. And you could say, well, look, now, right, they're 9 points behind, 10 games in. It's a big gap. But if they'd won today, they'd have been 3 points behind after 10 games. It's rubbish. But good thing is, all our rivals, let's look at the table, all our rivals won, really. Let's have a look at the table. So our rivals won and we did too. So at the moment, the table is Tottenham, 10 games, 26 points. Everybody's played 10 games now. So they've got 26 points. Arsenal have got 24. City have got 24 points as well. Liverpool on 23. Villa on 22. Newcastle, who dropped points are this weekend, are on 17. And Brighton as well, they're on 17. United are 8th, still 8th. You know, as high as that on 15 points. I mean, Villa are doing well. You know, 10 games. And you shouldn't discount them. Most of us are going to look at it and say, we can't see Villa challenging for the title. I think Newcastle are too far away, 9 points behind. They're going to have to go on some incredible run. Incredible. But Villa, you can't knock Villa. I mean, since Unai Emery's been there, I think they're probably overall points-wise, they're about 3rd in the table. Maybe even 2nd now. So Villa are not easily discounted. You know, we're hoping Spurs and Arsenal fall down again and Arsenal bottle it. But I think the top 5 are the ones that are going to finish in the top 5 spots. Newcastle, they're going to have to pull the finger out. If look, it's early in the season. We're just past a quarter of the season gone, but Newcastle and Brighton and anybody else will have to pull their fingers out if they want to be finishing in the top four. I mean, Newcastle, 17 points, 15 goal difference is 15. They had the 8-0 against Sheffield United. It'd still be 7. 7's all right. But look, Spurs are getting a fair few goals. Arsenal getting goals. Liverpool are getting goals. City not getting as many as we should be getting. But it's good. It's good. It's good to be that far ahead of the Rags and knocking around at the top of the table after 10 games, not far behind Spurs. So that's good. I think most of us would take that after 10 games to be in and around the leaders. MCI fan says that Foden pretty good. Yeah, look, Foden class. I mean, there's some fantastic things today. He had that fight. A lot of contribution for him today. Obviously, he got that goal as well. But he had that fight, charging around that pitch, putting the effort in, putting the hard yards in, and giving us that opportunity, giving himself and the others to show what we can do. So, going to give Foden full credit. I think man of the match will go to Haaland. You score 2 goals, get an assist. I think you're getting that man of the match. And was it our best team out there? That's an interesting question. You can't not have Bernardo, Rodri, Haaland, Foden, and who I missed? Alvarez. I just don't. Right now, you can't drop them. And Diaz, Gvardiol, Walker, Stones, Rodri, Edison. I think the only things to think about, obviously, that left wing. Some games you'll get Grealish there. Some games you'll get Doku. I think it's just going to depend, game by game. You look at your opponents, you look at what you want to achieve, and that's going to be your choices. Then for the other positions, some games I think you'll drop Walker for some games and put Stones there or Rico Lewis. If Stones is injured, for argument's sake, and you want a bit of a change, you can put Rico Lewis on the right. Kanji and Aki need their game time as well. You can't just dump them and say, this is the team that we're going to have from now on till end of season. I just don't see it happening like that. I like the bromance between Bernardo and Grealish. Guardiola made a great game. I remember he was 1-1 against Rashford and won it easy. Yeah. He had the pace. It was like he slowed down just a little bit, so to give Rashford the chance to go for it, so that he could just tackle him, basically get the ball first, and leave a little bit on Rashford. That's what I thought, rather than get there comfortably and then just run away, to the side. Rashford wasn't bothered. He's so much wrong with Rashford. His motivation, his effort isn't what it used to be. I don't know. Maybe he's a good friend of Sancho, and he's damn because Sancho has been treated poorly by Ten Hag. But the other thing about United, we're finding out that Eric Ten Hag, as I said, 10 bob note. 10 bob note is a dud. I never thought it was that good. Yes, they're still 8th. Yes, he won a trophy in his first season, got him into top 4, and obviously it's the FA Cup final. But he's not the man for me for United. But I'm not going to cry about it. I hope he wins just enough games to keep in situ. I hope he can stay for a long time if he's just dishing out this guff. But yeah. So I'm going to give us a little summary because I'm getting tired. Been up very early. We've had the extra hour, but I've been up very early, and I've just done three shows with just coffee, water, and half a bag of crisps during the day. So I'm tired. I just wolfed down a big, they call it, it's a pizza place opposite the hotel. It's called, and I get the big pizza. And I call it medium size, but this is 28 centimeters. Was it 40? No, 40 centimeters. They say it's big. Nah, it's not big. Not in my book anyway. What's 40 centimeters? So it's only 16 inches. Nah, I'm used to a bit bigger than that. So yeah, City beat Man United by 3 goals to 0. On the, when you look at the result, you look at the stats, look at the scoreline, it looked like a pretty easy win, and for the most part, it was. The bit of a downside, as I said, for me is we could and should have scored a few more than 3, and United did have their chances to be in that game. Obviously, they didn't take them, so that's obviously good for us, because I don't want us to be on the back foot at Old Trafford with their fans behind them, thinking they can get something out of this game. It just puts a bit more pressure on us. But we did well. Last couple of things from you guys. Ten Hag made all the signings he wanted. Look at Man United now. Bad players on and off. Absolutely. He's having problems. Anthony's bobbins for me. That's a ridiculous amount of money for Anthony. Rubbish. They should have kept De Gea, in my book. Should have given an extra year's contract or whatever and let him fight it out, duke it out with Onana. Because Onana's not, he's not top draw. So I think that was a mistake. Yeah, as I said, Anthony's a mistake. Sancho's a mistake. Haaland, he scored 3 goals in the Champions League. He hasn't scored in the league yet. So, you can argue he's not too old, but he's got potential and all that. But I'm really not seeing it. The chance that he had when he was on just before half time, when he hit it straight at Ederson. Sorry, you've got to be putting that to one side of him. I see YouTubers or kids on TikTok who got to take better shots than that. All right, you can argue that, all right, they don't have the pressure and all that, blah, blah, blah. But this is, a guy playing in the Premier League. You've got to be putting it to one side. And, you're 20 yards out or whatever. You put it to either side of Ederson. Ederson's not saving that. You hit it straight down the middle. Yeah, it's easy save. So, we got lucky there. We got lucky. The best player of Man United was Onana. He was mostly good. He had some good saves. There's one in the first half when he dived full length to push it, I think, wide. There was the Haaland one where the header, where Haaland was a poor finish from Haaland, to be honest. He should have been putting that in the corner. Goalie's never getting that if you put it in the near post. But he made a good save there. Right place, right time. He made a good save. Made a good save from another one from Haaland when Haaland tried to dink it over him. That was a pretty decent save. He stayed big. He stayed tall. He went down late, which was the right thing to do. But on another day, Haaland scores 3 or 4. I think he should have scored 3 today on another day. But it shows the gulf in class. It shows the gulf in class that we beat them 3-0. We battered them. Let's be clear. We battered them 3-0. We could have scored 4, 5, 6. We were not sharp. We were not... we controlled the game, yeah, in the second half. We looked better, but that was because... I think that was more because United were abysmal in that second half, for most part. They were abysmal. And so I think it slightly flattered us that we looked a bit better than we're currently playing, I think, because United were just so poor. Doesn't matter now, we got that win, got those 3 points, and that's it, guys. Hopefully, I'll be speaking to Mike and Bernard. We'll do a bolt from the blue tomorrow, I think. I'm going to try and get hold of Bernard to do a day after review as well for you guys. Obviously, he watched the full game. I only watched about 60 minutes because I was working in the theatre. So I'll have a good watch of the extended highlights tonight, I think, and try and get you that video. And then I think games are starting to come thick and fast again, all the way up to Christmas. I don't know if we've got 1 week off, 1 midweek off for not being in the Carabao Cup. All right, that'll help us. Just that little bit, as they say. I'm just going to look at see if we can see our fixtures. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like. We're on a decent run now, so we've got midweek off because we're not in the Carabao Cup. We've got Bournemouth at home next Saturday. I'm up in Edinburgh. I missed that. Then we got Young Boys on the following Tuesday, so I'll be off to that game, and then Chelsea away on the following Sunday. I think I'm in London there. Can't tell you why. I'm not going to tell you why until afterwards. And then we got a big game against, we got international break again, and then Liverpool after the international break when I'm in Northern Ireland. So think I've already sold that ticket. And then we've got Leipzig at home on the 28th. Last, I'll get to another game. Another game. But I'm not going to that many this season, unfortunately. Last couple of points. MCI fan, I still think this was a great game for Man City. I think it was a good game. I think it was a good performance, but I think United was so poor that we were a bit flattered. Okay. I don't want to get carried away because I just think United were terrible. So I don't want to get carried away. Pep was great with the formation. Yeah, everything. I think the system, the formation worked. We had a couple of lapses, especially Walker, Foden with that back pass. We could have scored more goals. But hey, look, I'm saving it to the end. But I am really chuffed. That we won the derby. It's a fixture that, since Pep's been here, has been hit and miss for us. It really has been hit and miss. Where I think United have just got far too many wins against us whilst Pep's been here than they should have done, because we've been just so much better than them. Puneet says we didn't play well the first half. Yeah, I agree. We didn't play particularly well. I don't think we played particularly well throughout the game. It's just that United was so poor that we looked good. I don't think it's the other way around. I don't think that we were so good that made United look poor. They were just really poor. We didn't really have to get out second or third gear to do the business against them today. One of those things. We've got no game in midweek. Come on, guys. Put a bit extra in. Get 4 and 5 goals. We'd have been chuffed. Even more chuffed. But City fans, we're going to have a good old evening. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to savor it, take it in. If you've got any rag fans that you work with, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Give it to them good and proper. Right, guys, I'm off. What's this? We didn't slow down the game on time. Don't really understand that totally, Puneet. But anyway, I'm going to get off. I've got some chocolate waiting for me. It's got my name on it. Big bar of chocolate. What's it? Last one. MC fan says, I'm happy Haaland after all the critics. Look, I'm gonna answer this point. He deserved it, in my opinion. You deserve it. You are our spearhead, our figurehead. You're supposed to be scoring goals, and he's just missed too many chances. Too many very, very presentable, very good chances. Chances that puts games to bed. That one when he look, if he was it just before our time, he had that header where he hit straight at the keeper, who was well out of position. If he puts it in the corner, you're 2-0 at half time. Maybe it's all over then. City very rarely lose a game at half time when they're winning 1-0, let alone 2-0. So you score that, it's done. If he scored that one where he tried to dink it over the keeper, you're 3-0 up, you cruise. Once you get to 3-0, United ain't coming back. 2-0, there's always that little worry in the back of your mind that if they get 1, maybe they get the second one, they get a bit of impetus, get a bit of, get on a roll, get the fans behind them and all that. Their fans were looking for a reason to get behind the team, and they just didn't give them one. So, as I said, it's a combination of United being awful. We were all right. We weren't brilliant. But, as I said before, I'll say it again, early in the season, we do come good late in the season. Ask Liverpool, ask Arsenal. We do come good late on. So, got to be happy. 3 points in the bag. The Rags beaten, battered and bruised. We roll on. We've got a week off. Bournemouth at home next week. And I think we'll enjoy this week. Players will get a bit of a rest, which is great for them. And then we'll come back fighting fit, I hope, against Bournemouth. Thanks for joining me, guys. And if you do like what you see, give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and help us push on. Let's try and do a few more streams this week. Obviously, I'm really busy with work and everything else, but I'll try and get a video out tomorrow with Burnley. We've got Now On this week, and then I'm back in Manchester probably on Thursday. Friday in Manchester. I'm up Scotland at the weekend, so I might not be doing too much in the way of streams because it all depends on work. On Saturday, I think I've got to be there about 3 o'clock where I'm working. So, I haven't got time to do a lot of streams, but we'll see. I'll try and watch the game. I might be able to do something on before. Guys, look after yourselves. Thanks for joining me. City roll on, beat the Rags, the dirty, rotten Rags by 3-0. very comfortable in the end at the toilet that is Old Trafford. And we're going to have a good week. We're going to have a good week. And until next time, we'll see you around, Blue.